A very happy Monday from Seattle, Washington. I'm King 5 meteorologist Ashley Ruiz with a look at your forecast. It's the final couple of days of 2025 and we're actually going to have some nice weather here in western Washington, though it's going to be on the cold side. We're cold again tonight with areas of fog that could lead to some slick spots on the road, especially for the South Sound, basically from Hood Canal, Shelton, Olympia, all the way down I-5 into southern Washington. Otherwise, it's going to be cool during the day, partly sunny, and we're mostly dry through New Year's Eve. Looking better in terms of our drier forecast that we will be dealing with up until perhaps New Year's Day. I'll show you in just a minute, but rain will return later in the week. Let's talk about the big picture right now. We have a ridge of high pressure that's going to keep things very quiet the next couple of days. Eventually, it is going to weaken and flatten a little bit as we head into the middle half of the week. And what's going to happen with that? The ridge is going to open the door essentially for troughing to occur. You see that dip in the jet stream, and that's going to bring us the return of a wet and unsettled weather pattern, what we're used to here in the Pacific Northwest this time of year. So we're going to wrap 2025 up mostly dry, and then into the new year we'll enter that wetter weather pattern. Friday for now looks to be the wettest day, and if that changes we'll let you know. But just know if you're coming to the western Washington area, Seattle, for the new year, just make sure you dress with lots of layers because it is still going to be quite chilly. If you're hitting the slopes, you can enjoy some fresh snow, but snow won't even return to the forecast to the mountains until potentially this weekend when we get the return of all that moisture. Here's a look from Crystal Mountain. This is their website, the 360 cam. You could watch this all day. You see beautiful views atop Crystal Mountain. So this is above 6,000 feet, but you see all the snow-capped mountains. And this is where we stand. The latest 24-hour new snow count, nothing, but over the past couple of days, a lot of snow, building that snowpack and then allowing for the majority of our slopes to open up. Stevens Pass opens today. The snow depth, the base depth, about 47 inches, powder, and then Mount Baker doing quite well, powder as well. Snoqualmie Pass, it's packed powder, and then Crystal doing great as well. Now, I mentioned that we likely won't get fresh snow again until later in the week when we get the return of all of that moisture, but our snow levels may be about 4,500 feet, dropping over the weekend, and through Sunday night, the model guidance potentially half of a foot, maybe up to a foot for some spots, but it's all dependent on the timing and then the track of our next system moving in later in the week. A beautiful view from our Columbia Center Tower Cam here in Seattle, looking toward Mount Rainier. Beautiful. We had a fiery sunrise, a little bit of fog, and then from Queen Anne looking toward downtown Seattle. Visibility is great. And then taking you up to Everett looking toward the Olympics. A beautiful start just on the cold side. We kicked things off in the 20s and 30s once again. Highs today below normal in the low and mid 40s. Tonight going to be cold once again, lower in mid 30s all the way up and down the I-5 corridor. Tomorrow some of you may warm up a couple of degrees, but still pretty close to our seasonal average, if not below average. And then ringing in the new year here in Seattle, as of right now, midnight about 40 degrees, mostly cloudy, and then New Year's Day we'll get the return of some of those showers. But the heaviest rain, the most widespread rain, at least as of now, looks to hold off until Friday. So here's New Year's Eve day. So Wednesday morning, we get the return of clouds. I stop the clock right around midnight and it's showing dry skies until we get into maybe Thursday morning. But even then, it's going to be light rain, if anything, with widespread rain arriving Thursday night and into Friday. Notice up in the mountains, we don't have much in the way of that white color. We have more of the pinks, indicating a wintry mix. Our snow levels will still be rather high by then, and then dropping as we get closer into the weekend when a lot of that moisture will occur and fall, but not expecting any major mountain snowmaker, at least not as of right now. And then you see taking you into Sunday and Monday, things start to dry out. As for rain totals through next Saturday, and remember this could definitely change, showing manageable totals, about half of an inch, maybe up to an inch for some spots. And then I mentioned snow levels come up. This is more, we're not going to have much in the way of precipitation, so our snow levels, freezing levels, are going to be quite up there. And then over the weekend, snow levels start to come down to about Snoqualmie Pass level once again, so between 3,000 and 3,500 feet. Another look at your 7-day forecast, ringing in the new year on a dry note, but rain chances return and ramp up heading into the first couple of days of 2026, and it will be milder with highs near 50.